Stay away.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There, you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft with benevolent hands and eyes. You find it strange. But this is your world. The world to which you longed to return. Alas, if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled over these lands in perpetual peace. Yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains, the vestiges of a world that could have been so much more. Innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence of your apathy. Behold. Will all come to an end. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, this world will soon cease to exist. In the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Explore the remnants of this world while you can. Perhaps in doing so, you shall come to see the truth and know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
We must not let down our guard. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
That was a skillful bit of victory. You do your vocation proud. I cannot begin to fathom what will become of the world after this.
In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied, and thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not, yet I did divine one thing. This I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a state, 'twas all a farce, and I the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I, alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen. For your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
True enough.
Was a skillful bit of thievery. You do your vocation proud.
Keep on them, Arisen, and I'll strike them down.
We are at our best when we combine our strength.
Fear not. I shall aid you directly. Would be nice if we must fight. Worthy of caution. Naught save our best will do.
What has stricken you, Arisen? Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
When enraged, this creature is capable of calamitous strength. We ought not to provoke it.
Well done!
First and foremost, we want to knock it off balance. It will prove a much easier target when lying prone.
This battle will demand all our strength. We must stand together and resist it.
That went as well as we might have hoped. Read.
Let's have a look then.
If I can but ascertain what is becoming of this world, I can find a means to put an end to it.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Luz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed. Then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from your... Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate. And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master. How long I've slept. Far too long it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead.
Get on with it!
Ah, Sir Arisen. With the world in such disarray, thus did I return. I maintain order as best I can. But for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings... You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, it is likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes. And should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an alternate...
Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction! But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
This is it then. Just make it quick.
Stand and fight, you gutless fucker!
No,
I'll crush you if you keep that up.
I don't fancy my chances.
What's going on?
Principles unproven are as dust on the wind.
see!
Gotta crack a few skulls if you want to be soft off.
That's worth celebrating!
It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go. Have I really uncovered the truth of the dragon?
Mayhap we could bring the people to the seafloor shrine.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
Unless I am much mistaken. We have cause to visit a place not far from here.
The decision of which...
What a singular creature. Is this what called the monsters forth? I should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There is much that might be learned from it. Does my lifelong work hold no meaning any longer? Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Go, do what you must. I will remain here and continue my work. Someday soon, I will lay bare the truth of this world. And on that day, I will slip the yoke of this broken order that rules us all.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Your Majesty. How glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin, but 'twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes, if there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere. I believe we have naught, but I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your majesty would do better to... After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, his grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regent King. Let us...
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the... Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate. And I would fain welcome your... We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and...
Be gone with you, ruffian. These carts are mine. And if you think I'll I require the use of all... Fine. What are you doing? Put that away. No! Spare me! I pray you! I fear for my life.
Well, reckon he won't be coming back here. As a matter of fact, I'd like to... It didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister trying to save his own skin. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold. And if that craven comes crawling...
They say a crisis reveals one's true character. But that man was no less miserably selfish than he always seemed.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
You've pushed your luck too far.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I do... This is no business of yours.
Now, Narborough, let's... If we are to duel, otherwise who's to say that...
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? You have my gratitude, sir.
Have at you!
You can do this. I know you can.
I'm cut out for this.
Trust in yourself as I trust in you!
No. Not like I give a damn.
How cruel!
Take back, lest you get caught in the fray.
Have you lost? You dare violate the sanctity of our duel?
Go. Oh, this can't be happening. Pull through yet!
I admit it. I underestimated your...
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you.
We owe you a debt, sir. Were it not for your...
Indeed.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades.
What do you think you're doing?
customer, then. That changes things.
Oi! I saw it first. Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your...
You there! You couldn't have come at a better... Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into him. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your...
Oi, clear off. I'll not take that from you.
That's it. I've had enough.
Consider me unimpressed.
Someone, please!
That's it. I've had enough.
That's quite enough.
Stop this, father! Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to share.
You mean with me? For true? Thanks. I'm half starved.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them.
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show we are none of us so different. A result to be proud of.
Sir Arisen, I bade you assuage the people's fears, not cut them down in the streets. On account of your actions, word is spreading among the citizenry that any who squabble will be struck down. As such, the evacuation will likely meet with little to no opposition. Perhaps this bloodshed was not in vain, though 'tis not at all the path I intended, however. As 'twas I who gave you the command, I must bear the responsibility for your results, though I cannot help but wonder. Was there truly no better way? At any rate, I pray you to return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no...
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
Of course. I've got to focus. There are more who can yet be saved.
I am proud of my devotion.
The heavens polished it this morning.
Pray, do not interfere.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This way. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's trouble. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Bagbatal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep...
Outstanding! The Battalion Knights use this place to train. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine you've any business being here. Pray, leave us in peace. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for this. If we must leave. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can... The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his... Well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contention. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice. And isn't like... I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you. And while you're taking care of that... I had no idea that such a couple dwelled on the outskirts of Volcanic Island. Were you aware, Master?
Now... What do you want? My husband and I are simple folk. In these perilous... Pray leave us be, sir. I'm sorry. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? Why, we could never. Come what may, this place is our home.
Now, stranger or no, that's the mark of a good...
But Ghost-Offer, what of your back?
Besides, I'd rather hike a...
Oh, Ghost-Offer...
Oof! Confound this back of mine! Don't trouble...
Very well, sir. We shall join you.
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it. Outstanding! Could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well. Yon statue. 'Tis a remnant from that which sank to the sea's floor.
After there were some way to use it.
Arisen? I should have expected you may...
I drew the short straw with this watch.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation?
Would you find Sir Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider.
How many times must I say, now bugger off and leave me alone?
I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must... It concerns the fellow I was just speaking. The man's something of a regular I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation. I must confess, I'm at a... Could I prevail upon you? At this point, methinks anything I...
Perhaps we might speak with this Sir Lamond. The evacuation effort stands to benefit from another...
Aye? What would ye of me? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone, cuz. You got that? Aye. I know those two. Good people. But I don't see why... Why don't ye do it? If they mean so much to you. Oi! I heard out your request. Kindly bugger off and leave me in peace.
Sir Lamond has refused to lend his aid, and it seems there's little hope of changing his mind. Let us inform Sir Ernesto.
So, Sir Lamond is not to be convinced. 'Twould have eased. The hour of our departure is almost upon us. We'll be slow going, no doubt. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see...
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the...
Right you are. It's gone from bad to worse. Victory!
This place does not have long left, I fear. We ought to get to safety, though I have to wonder if anywhere is safe now. I'd gladly accompany you, believe me. But the others here? Well, suffice to say, they won't be able to join us. Follow me. You'll see what I mean. Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. You'll have more luck. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel to abandon them here, all the same. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but naught's done any good. I'm at rather a loss.
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here, and so we remain.
I implore you, Arisen. Take me with you.
So they're staying here because they were ordered to remain. And they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder why they saw fit to speak with you. But never mind that. More importantly, was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran for his life. But on his way out, he used that artifact they call the God's Way to command the pawns to protect him. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. But why would they continue to obey when the man is long gone? Unless... Listen, friend. I've a thought. What say you have a look around and see what you can turn up? If the Overseer's command is indeed still in effect, it could be that he is lurking somewhere not far from here. Use that key to have a look around. It should open any doors you come across. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well. I have a feeling...
So, the pawns were being held here by the power of this Godsway. Now they ought be free to make good their escape. I concur.
So, there was naught left of the Overseer but bones, eh? I'll wager he thought to take the pawns with him to the grave. He always was a spiteful old goat. At any rate, I'm well grateful for your aid, friend. Now that the pawns are on their feet, methinks I can get them to safety. I only hope they'll heed my words as they have yours. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't this the Godsway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge without delay. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for, my friend. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
It is strange to think a Godsway would be used to guide my brethren to safety. After all the woe they have caused us.
A result to be proud of. Ogre Master! It seems we have enraged our foe.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
By your leave. Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe, at least for the time being.
We must find a way.
It consumed Melve and now seeks to do the same to Burnley. We must halt its calamitous charge at any cost. I shall not rest until it takes every ounce of fear it can inflict.
Fall back, and I'll repeat it. Wait a moment.
We've an opening. Focus your attacks. Strike fast, retreat, and our quarry shall fall.
Naomi.
And the wind fair nor Endilrun and Newman.
We need not words to show our intentions. The elves may come to trust us if we prove ourselves in deed.
Lungtena peli telume, animar.
Aleria Filmor Arendo,
Kimin Ross.
Atta Hel Telpe.
Arin Phil.
Kiriando Anmindor Hiroth. Lungtena peli telume. Lungtena peli telume.
Elelote Osto Silfa Malantha Alecano Mine.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Good morrow, everyone.
Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne. Alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume. Vanelin hyror soron. Sorne an famelton. Nun.
The elves have evacuated, leaving their ancestral home behind. But surely they're
Outstanding.
Behold! It moves! Though what impelled it, I cannot say. Go forth, Talos! May you strike down any dragon in your path!
The statue has come alive. But how? I sense no...
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen. And it seemed...
Are we not overdue some new equipment? A simple change of raiment can make a world of difference. Incredible might! It boggles the mind. But now the statue is broken. Shame, really.
The paths to victory are myriad indeed. That strategy never would have occurred to me. It is not what I expected. Well done, Master. Why are you doing this, Arisen? As the Arisen commands, so must we abide. Show some haste. That dragon looked to be far more powerful than any monster we have yet seen. We must face our foe unflinchingly, however fearsome it may be.
All together now! We attack as one!
A focused attack ought end this foe.
Of course.
Lightning ought to be our weapon of choice against this foe. We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
You will not find a better opening. Strike the horn. Now!
see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. What is it that impels you, I wonder? Alas, would that the world had not come to this. For I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one. Yet, 'twas not to be. You need only cast your gaze upward to glimpse the futility of your defiance.
Master!
Worlds uncountable created, only to be snuffed out like candles by the cold breath of oblivion. Eventually, the Great Will tired of witnessing this. It sought to overturn oblivion by granting unto it a role, a duty, an identity. I speak of the dragon. By the Great Will does the dragon create a cycle, allowing it to forestall the end of this world time and time again. Yes, Arisen, this world has been safeguarded by the dragon all along. You yourself were chosen to form a part of this cycle. The Arisen is selected by the Great Will to play the role of the dragon's counterpart. That is how this world is built. The dragon serves to continue the cycle, and the Arisen exists to oppose it. This is the true meaning of the dragon's life. Once, everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess, and must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even one of these characters stray from their assigned role, the tale entire will unravel. And if it does, their world will end. Such is the choice you have made, Arisen. rejecting your own duty in this world, you have robbed all others of the chance to fulfill the roles they have signed. The pawns are no exception. Born of the nothingness of the living, they were granted the role of aiding in the perpetuation of the cycle. Yet, bereft of the dragon, that role
Tis clear to me now, Arisen. I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with a lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires. Master!
Oblivion fades. This tale's end has been unwritten. My heart, it aches. A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch it.
Boots on an endless virgin white canvas. I come to my senses on a cold new morning. Open